Hi, Tea Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out Layback Camp Season 2, Episode 11. I'm assuming we're going to be setting up camp. That is, if Aki is okay. Biggest cliffhanger of the series. Is Aki okay after thinking she could run up this mountain? Who knows? In 3, 2, 1, go. I do love the windmills. I think it's probably just the I grew up near the water in me. I can never do this. Oh, she lives! I love the good effort. She made it. She did it. It feels like we're pouting now. But she finished it eventually. Good for you. Poor teacher. I feel that. Look, I'm not a teenager anymore. I can't be running upstairs. It is pretty though. I like the soft light. I love them making a weird joke and they're like, no. You can be a treehouse designer? Why wasn't that my career path? Here I am with a linguistics degree when I could have been designing tree houses. But eventually, I love how they're like, there's so much for us to do. Oh dear. Yeah, didn't you leave your coat? When you dramatically were like, I'm gonna win this race. That's what you get. You gotta stay bundled up. Probably seemed like a good idea when you didn't want the weight to slow you down or like overheat right when you're running, but the moment that you sit down for long enough, it's gonna be cold. I'm jealous a little bit. It is currently raining in Canada, which is ridiculous because it's winter. I didn't sign up for rain. I signed up for snow, a winter wonderland. And I'm stuck with wind and rain. And it's still cold, just not cold enough for it to be snow. And I'm very upset. I woke up begrudgingly hearing it raining outside. Ridiculous. Actually, depending on when this gets posted to YouTube, I have no idea what season is for you guys. I'm just thinking like, I filmed too far ahead now. Early access to everything on Patreon. I have no idea where I'm at in the future on Patreon, but I'm gonna assume done this season. I'm excited for this birthday celebration. I know it's probably not going to be in this episode, but I can still be excited about it. These, like, narrow, winding roads freak me out. I don't even drive, and I'm like, oh my god. There's a few. There's a couple to choose from. I guess, yeah, I was like, I guess if it's volcanic, then there would be a lot of hot springs, right? Yeah, maybe let's help her out. I would hate that. That'd be so terrible to be like step out of the hot spring and you just have to like yes, that's exactly what happened. I wasn't ready for the advertisement. I mean, look at the sunset. What I was just saying. Sunset. I say like I would ever go to a hot spring. I would not. I don't even like to take baths in the privacy of my own home. Ooh, the fogging up her. Yeah, you better be okay. Driving tired is dangerous. Yeah, you did leave like what, 3 in the morning or something? Plus, there's a promise of a hot spring. Yeah. We know if anything's gonna motivate Reen, it's a hot spring. Hopefully she doesn't fall asleep though. We already know what happens when you fall asleep in a hot spring. True, it all worked out. Yeah, you did get plenty of sleep. You were out for like the whole day. I'm like, I think she's asleep. I guess too, because like if you're sitting in a car as like a passenger, you're not doing anything, right? So it's more restful than like balancing on a bike and actually driving. Oh, finally? Don't you have to drive to the campsite? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, you literally have to drive to the campsite. Keep it together. Okay, but as someone who used to work at a campground, people coming in super late was like the bane of my existence. I just wanted to chill out, sell people marshmallows. That's all I wanted to do. I mean, I guess it probably wouldn't be bad if it was like basically empty. When it's busy though, don't show up late. Oh, she is snuggled down. Full burrito mode. Yeah, yeah, she's fine. She's fine. She's just resting her eyes. That's what I just said. That's what my dad says. He's like, just taking a long blink. Don't worry about it. Did you have to set up your tent? If nothing else? I love that the pine cones have personalities. Be very careful. You're holding something on fire in your hands. You just gotta make them right. Well, that seems dangerous. Bonfire at school? Maybe just because I grew up around like farmland, and if you have any kind of brush fire, it can escalate very quickly. Oh, poor thing. Let her sleep. Get some food in her and send her to bed. Though, to be fair, I had this the other day. It was like not even late, and I was like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes. And then I woke up like 3 hours later. I'm like, you know what? I'm just put my jammies on and go to bed. Clearly, I'm not built to, recover from all of this. This sounds really good. I need to eat before this, but doesn't matter. I always get hungry. I feel like you have to cook with garlic. That's like a shortcut to it smells at least like I know how to cook. Did we not know that we're supposed to leave the show? Sorry. Yeah, maybe we don't let someone who's been drinking near cooking responsibilities. I feel like she always does. Yeah, I was like, I feel like she came fully stocked. Look, I'm not. I've already said I think we have a problem, but yeah, I'm like, you're also driving later, unless you want to pay for someone to drive for you again. I like that we're pro garlic here. Oh no. Yeah, it's too much. The good food and the tiredness. I like they're having fun with it. There's usually multiple courses to these meals. I love the like bystanders of like, what's going on? I love the side of like we did clean them up first. Ugh, this looks so good too. You had me at pasta, to be fair. So dramatic. This is her thing. She's been like, when I go camping, we're researching foods. And I respect that. As someone who does not enjoy cooking, I'm always fascinated by people who just like are into it, know how it works. Departed is a wild way of describing it. Let her sleep. Tuck her in. I was gonna say Mamashko. I wasn't ready for Mamashko. That's so cute. But I do like seeing Nadeshiko being like the one taking care of Arin after Arin has been like looking out for her in previous parts of the season, right? She can't do scary stories. She has an imagination. Zombies don't scare me though. They're just like, I don't know. They don't intimidate me. I feel like they're too dumb. I love the shaky cam for this for the zoom in. Ghosts though do freak me out. I like the callback to the scream. Poor Nadeshiko. I feel like she wants to like spooky stuff. She doesn't have the spine for it yet. She did sleep for the majority of the way here. Yeah. Imagination. I was just thinking that this would be unpleasant because of the bugs, and then I remembered because of the season, there wouldn't be bugs. I wish I could go winter camping and it wouldn't be a whole ordeal. Winter is too much in my country. Ooh, driver's license and everything. Cute. Road trip. I mean, we should be taking the puppy with us. She keeps things interesting. Oh, cutie. She definitely seems more like Nadeshiko seems more capable than when we first met her. She was a little bit of a worrying uh factor to everything. Oh my God, 3:30. Why are you awake? I think even at my like most wakeful, I'm crashing before I see 3 a.m. It's just an ungodly hour. No one should see 3 a.m., okay? I feel like even when I was doing shift work, I was mad to be awake at 3 a.m. Yeah, your hair looks like you did. Oh my God. Yeah, you did. I'm also mad when I wake up at like 4 a.m. Best sunset? Does it have good sunrises? I just can't believe the sun is rising this early. It's like well after. Like I've been awake for hours and the sun still hasn't risen where I am. I like that she's going on a mini adventure by herself though. We all know that Arin likes going off to do her own thing. And she's collecting geospots. Ooh. Whenever they sneeze, I get worried. Like if they're still like frazzled. I was gonna say, you're awake a lot earlier than I thought you would be. So unbothered. She's just off doing her own thing. You know, introverts gotta recharge. She did a bunch of stuff with the whole group last night. Which is why I think I like that she's like going off to do her own thing. As someone who wakes up super early and always had to kind of do my own thing for the first few hours before everyone woke up, I appreciate it. And again, like seeing her get to do stuff all on her own, you know, even though she's on this like group trip, she still has time to do stuff by herself, and like no one's really freaked out about it, especially since she has her bike, right, that she can go and do her own thing and she doesn't really need to like wait till someone can drive her there, right? It was cute though. I like that she was like so tired. Having like Nadeshiko take care of her was sweet. And I think like they were saying when she was Nadeshiko and Ina were talking, I think saying like a lot has changed is really in line with that, because like I was saying, when we first met Nadeshiko, she was a little bit chaotic. She was falling asleep on benches in public areas and stuff. And even throughout the season, we've seen like Arin helping to take care of her. But now we have the reverse here of like getting to see Nadeshiko, like she knows all this stuff about cooking. She can be like in charge of that side of things and help take care of the other members of the group, right? I mean, I'm distracted by Puppy. Ooh, well, not quite. Isn't that how it always is though? It's like, oh, this is shaped in a specific way, and I'm like, is it? It makes me think of those like ice pops. I think specifically of the one that's like SpongeBob, at least where I grew up, and it never looked like SpongeBob. Really cute episode, and I think that it's done a lot to kind of show the growth that this group has had, right? I think talking about the fact that so much has changed or like grown over the course of the like first into second season, I think is really shown off in this one, because not only were they able to kind of problem solve, right, when things didn't quite go right, so they could have this campsite, they had like the connections to people in the area, but you see the way that they're like cooking and putting all that together, right? It wasn't just like one or the other, right? Seeing like Nadeshiko like doing all of this research so that she knows about how to cook things properly that are in line with like local foods, and like talking to people at the shops and everything, right? Doing all of this work to be able to do that, and then like taking care of like Arin, but also like setting up the campsite, right? Like we didn't really need to see that because we know that they can all do that. We've seen them do that enough times that we know that they have the skills for that, as opposed to them kind of struggling through some of it earlier on, right? Even with like Arin being tired, and she's kind of like the main person earlier on who knew about camping and everything. So I think that it's really fun to see how much they've progressed. Even Arin showing how to do the fire, we had the beginning of the season where like she didn't know how to do any of that, right? We had the flashback to the first time she went camping on her own. So I think that having it now where she's like passing on that knowledge, and it's like super simple for her to do it. She can do it practically half asleep, right? I think shows how much they've grown as a group and figured out not just, you know, skills when it comes to doing camping stuff, but also like the way that they've matured in terms of like they all have jobs, they all have like this income, they all have like plans that they have for like the future. And I think that it's really interesting to see that kind of transition period from, you know, when you're kind of like in your mid-teens era, right, in high school and everything, and you've had like a couple of years of a little bit more independence under your belt, and then you get to kind of the last couple of years and you start to figure out some of the troubleshooting that you've been doing. And I think that it's fun to have that kind of in parallel with them learning about like camping and being able to take care of themselves in that situation, right? I think is a really fun way of, you know, telling this character driven story, right? So I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go into my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so next time I post a laid back camp reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.